Hello YouTube, this is going to be my first official video for User X. And I already put a disclaimer about, you know, take it as it is, grain of salt, yada yada, whatever. The main reason I'm talking today though is the oil company and gas companies have been making a lot of news with the wanton destruction of this great planet we live on, and it hasn't seemed to penetrate to the point that I think it should. And I'm sure there's tons of other videos like this too. I'm just joining the legion of people that want to be heard. I don't have any, thoughts of grandeur. That's why I named myself User. Uh, just like a regular old user. And I worked in the tech field, and users are users. Techs are techs. Just saying. In any case, the reason I'm making this video, like I said, for today, is the gas companies, some of them anyway, are burning the gas off just to get to the oil. And that's legal. That's fine for them to do. And when I say burning the gas off, we're talking 20, 30 years of gas surplus. That could be surplus, rather, that's being burnt off because they need supply and demand for the gas, and they want the oil because that's where the money is. And that's perfectly fine. And I'm just confused how the politicians, the shakers and movers of this world that have all this money and opportunity and that are supposedly enlightened are allowing this to happen. It is a travesty on such a grand scale. It's almost inconceivable that it could happen. I mean, if an individual went and shot somebody, they'd be in jail for 20 years, more often than not, depending on who you were. But they can do this, that's raping and pillaging the earth, and then just wasting what they took, and it's fine. That's business as usual. Oh, people can complain. They can do little YouTube channels like this. They can send an article here and there to the, blah 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 newspaper that just wants to have a good chuckle or actually feels it's important enough to print, but we're not going to actually do anything about it. And I think that's the fundamental problem with humans in general. I think a lot of the assassinations that have happened have been done so with the either conscious or unconscious need for humans to subjugate other humans. I mean, think about it. Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King stayed alive. Do you think racism would have the same effect as it does now? And you could say that, oh, those were individual events that were not related. I'm not even going to go into the conspiracy theory of it. I think it's a more primal thing than that. I think, humans in general are deprived. It's sad to say, but it seems like the more ruthless, the more cruel you are, the further you get in this world. Whether it's under the guise of, you know, the good of all, well, we have to do it this way because it'll save more people, or we have to do it this way because it keeps you safe. We have to do it this way. We can't tell you everything. If we told you everything, or if we did everything on the up and up and took into consideration everyone, we wouldn't get anything done. So we have to make these hard choices, be cruel in some areas and not so much in others. And I think that fundamental thing, it seeps into the inner workings of our government. It seeps into the inner workings of all these groups and agencies, and whether they realize it or not, they're corrupt with it. And I don't understand how that's going to be dealt with, because, a rebellion wouldn't fix it. There could be a solar flare that knocks out, the majority of the power on this planet, but the powers that be will have their stuff in a spot where it's going to be okay. They will still maintain control. And it sounds ridiculous that I put it in that fashion, but how else can you explain gas companies doing things like that, or any other number of things that you can think of that are just considered acceptable without there being just an innate corruption in the souls of these people. It disturbs me, and I had to voice my opinion about it because I don't understand how this is happening in this day and age. You have so many people that are striving to make their lives better, to make the lives around them better. You know, everybody's wanting to be caring at some point, but yet the people that push us to the destiny that this existence is going to reach are the ones that are in the darkest of places, and somehow they don't get to be held accountable, but everybody else does. I'm confused about it. So, if you disagree, if you agree, whatever, if you have some ideas, I don't know how this is going to work. I do know it's a concern for the younger generations. What is life going to be like for them? Are they even going to be able to go to school, college? I mean, with the way things are going, it's not so much the concern for old farts like me. It's a concern for the ones after me that that really have me awake at night, worried. Anyway, um, I apologize for any mistakes I made in my grammar. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be. But I would like to hear any opinions anybody has or ideas, because we need to fight an invisible force. It's almost corruption on a quantum level. So maybe we need like data and some kind of laser kajigger. I don't know. Something needs to be done though. It needs to be addressed somehow. Thank you.